And if the Lakers give me a win, I'm gon' lick a shot of memory of Pac. Machiavelli lives again. Bitch, I'm in. Bitch, I'm in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We fell in love in the city of LA. It's the city of angels. It can take you anywhere. We fell in love. We fell in love.
What up, Laker fans? It's Chris. I want to give my thoughts on last night's game against the Jazz. Well, first I want to say Merry Late Christmas to you guys. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. As you can see, it still looks like Christmas in here. I got some cleaning up to do. But, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to y'all. Last night's game was a close one. It was a tough one. Nail biter, came right down to the end. I just want to give my thoughts on it and talk about a few things that I noticed throughout the game, because right now the narrative seems to be, if you guys are on social media and stuff, everybody's just talking about the last shot with D'Angelo airballing it. If people feel like he should have drove to the basket, or why'd he take the last shot, because he had an off shooting night. But Luke Walton, if you watch his interview after the game, they were trying to draw up a play for Lou Williams. They wasn't expecting Gobert to miss both free throws. They were expecting him to make at least one and go up by 3. So Luke drew up a play for Lou Williams. Gobert missed both the free throws. D'Angelo gets the ball going down court. They tried to draw up the play for Lou Will, but Utah played good defense. Didn't allow it. So D'Angelo had to improvise on the fly. If you saw that last sequence, nobody was really in position to do anything else with the ball. D'Lo could either take the shot or drive to the basket and make something happen. Because after the play blew up, everybody was kind of just standing around. Nobody was moving. So, he could either take the shot or drive to the rim. And I guess he felt like he had a good look at the basket, and he airballed it. We've all seen him take those shots and make those shots. He just didn't have it last night. From the start of the game, he just didn't have it last night. But for me, that's not the narrative. That's not why we lost the game. I wanna back it up to the first quarter. First and second quarter, we were playing great defense. Big shout out to Luol Deng, Thomas Robinson, even D'Angelo. D'Angelo was playing good defense last night. So I was happy to see that, man. Especially Luol Deng, man. He was amazing. He was amazing on defense, and to me, it seems like he's playing his way into game shape. Because I think he had to be out of shape to start the season, man. The way he was playing, or hurt or something. I don't know. Maybe he just took the summer off and enjoying some of his earnings, which I can't say I blame him. But he looks like he's got a pep in his step, and hopefully he can continue his play, man, because he's getting paid a lot of money, and we're gonna need that from him if we're gonna make a push for the playoffs. Which right now I think we're 4 or 5 games out, right behind Sacramento. So hopefully we can make a push for the playoffs if we continue to play this way defensively. So yeah, shout out to Luol. Julius Randle, he had a really big night. And what I liked about it is he had a big night, but he didn't really try. He didn't try that hard. It's like the points and everything, it just came easy for him. He didn't, he kind of slowed himself down, played under control. We understand that Julius he's a beast. He's got that motor. He can handle the ball, and he can push the pace. But last night was, I think, the best I've seen him play as far as keeping himself under control and playing within the flow of the game. So I hope he can continue that play too. Maybe him having a kid now, being that he's a dad, maybe that's brought some calm to him. So we'll see how he continues to play after this. But yeah, man, it was a real good game, man. It was a real good game. I felt like we had a chance to win it if we could have cleaned up a few things. We didn't have much rim protection. They were still getting into the paint and getting to the rim, and there's really nothing we could do about it. Julius is as good as well as he played on the offensive end, and as good as he was on the glass defensively, he was bad last night, man. He was bad. If you watch the game, um, I mean, time and time again, guys were getting into the paint, and Julius just wasn't. He doesn't rotate on defense. I don't know what it is right now. He kind of falls asleep on defense as much as people like to get on some of our other guys, D'Angelo and stuff. D'Angelo has improved defensively this year from last year. Some of you guys can't tell. Like last year, if you notice, he would get beat like on backdoor cuts, falling asleep on defense. I don't think I've seen that happen to him not one time this year, not once. And I've watched every game. I haven't seen that happen. Now it's times where he doesn't fight around screens as hard as he should, or doesn't might not seem like he's given that kind of effort to get around screens. That's his biggest problem right now. But you know, I feel like he's taking steps in the right direction. Julius, on the other hand, I don't know what it is with him. I don't know if it's a mental thing, or I don't think he's lazy with because the energy and motor that he plays with. I think it might just be a mental thing. Uh, Maybe he's not picking up, grasping the concepts yet. I'm not sure what it is, but he was bad on defense last night, as good as he was on offense. But um, Gordon Hayward, Gordon Hayward did him dirty, man. That was. And that was a problem with him rotating on that play. That's why he got dunked on, because he rotated late, and he tried to contest, but it was too late. It was too late, man. Gordon Hayward smashed on him, but it's all good, man. I'm not gonna be hard on Julius, just like I'm not gonna be hard on D'Angelo. D'Angelo, he had a rough night. Julius Randle had a great night on the offensive end, but they both got things that they got to work on. They're young guys still developing. Uh, Brandon Ingram, he made that pass. Was that the I can't remember that play he made, man. Where he crossed Shelvin Mack and did the little magic pass over his head. That was special. That was nice. So man, these guys are still young and still growing. Uh, they got a lot to learn, man. They got a lot to learn. I want to see next time, in that situation, late game situation, we need a bucket to see if we can, figure things out and, learn how to improvise on the fly better. Because if you ask me, D'Lo he shoulda drove to the basket, but when he came down the court, he was trying to get Lou Will set up, but once he realized that it wasn't gonna happen, he was kind of holding the ball, waiting on somebody else to cut or get open or something. Nobody did, so I guess he just said, "The hell with it and let it fly." Like I said, we've seen him take those shots and we've seen him make those shots. He's capable of doing it, and he said it out his own mouth. If you're gonna take those shots, you got to take the criticism. And he's getting killed on social media right now, man. But it's all good. It is what it is, man. I'm not tripping off of it, man. It was a tough one to swallow. I wanted to win, but it's some good things to take away from this game. If we can keep up that defensive energy, we're going to be in a lot of games. We're going to be in a lot of games, and we'll have a chance to win most nights. But we you know we we just got to learn from it, man. We can't, as Laker fans, we can't get too down and be too hard on our young players. This is part of the growth process, man. Whether you want to believe that or not, man. I remember a guy named Kobe Bryant jacking up some air balls in the big time late game situations. So, and we all see how he bounced back from it. I mean, those little things like that, that happen to players is sometimes is what drives them to get better. So it's sometimes it's good to see the struggles, man, and then look down the road and then see, you know, how the players progress. Like Kobe, man, I became a Laker fan at the age of, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 years old, right around the time Kobe got drafted. So when Kobe got drafted in '96, so I was like, yeah, I was about 9 years old. So yeah, around the time I was able to really understand basketball and and really started paying attention to the game, is right it's the same time that Kobe was drafted. So I got to watch his growth over the years, and it was a beautiful thing because he wasn't the same player that he grew into be. I mean, he was athletic and talented, but I mean, he wasn't he wasn't Kobe. But he put the work in, and he wanted to get better, and that's what he did. And hopefully that's what our young guys are doing, man. Brandon Ingram, he's having his struggles early in the season. So I'm ready to see how these guys improve and just build off of it, man. Because if they keep the right mindset and the right focus and don't let games like this, hurt their confidence, and then they'll be fine. But I look forward to the next game to see how these guys bounce back from this. But that's all I got to say about it. You guys can get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all have a good day. Stay tuned.
A hooper never good enough to ever be a Laker, but these words I recall got me ballin'. Jordan.